KCBS wonders why nobody listens to them. And even when some people listen to this pile of dreck, it's only to hear a traffic report or maybe get a quick breaking news story. Although KCBS long ago stopped doing news and hired morons and amateur freaks and idiots and completely unqualified people to do news on that station. Case in point, what a joke Friday was on the alleged all news station, which is undergoing, like all Odyssey stations, ownership reality from a group called the Soros Foundation. So I guess they're trying to cram in every old, crappy, terrible, awful, illegitimate, disgusting, you can go on and on and on. I Absolutely, I laughed. I cried a little. I shook my head. This is not a radio station. This is a carnival. This is a zoo. And the inmates and the animals are running the asylum. What did we hear on Friday? Well, we actually started hearing a little bit of it earlier in the week. They're selling a book about John Madden, which wouldn't be such a bad thing, except for KCBS, which put 80% of its programming on hold so they can use their airspace to sell a book with Stan Bunger, who wrote the book, a sort of a homage to John Madden, which wouldn't be such a bad thing. But that's all they talked about between the 5,000 commercials, and I'll get to that in a second. John Madden, John Madden, John Madden. They're selling a book about John Madden, and they've run 5-part series, plugs, ads, commercials. Let me tell you something. John Madden would be embarrassed. He'd say, fellas, get on with it. Get on with it. It is a joke. But wait, there's more. News? Let's talk about Fleet Week. And look, I'm not anti-Fleet Week. Fleet Week. It's a very legitimate part of San Francisco. The social world, the events going on world, Fleet Week. That's all they spoke about when they weren't talking and plugging the John Madden book with Stan Bunger every other news segment, even when it wasn't news. Fleet Week, Blue Angels. And even though there was an abbreviated show because of the weather, John Madden, Blue Angels, news? Are you kidding me? What's that? This station is illegitimate, along with the fraud announcers, broadcasters, alleged news people like Patty Rising and Brett Burkhart, the alleged anchors in the afternoon. Fleet Week. Oh, then, weather. Oh, then, after weather, traffic. Oh, then, commercials. Oh, then, a news story. Fleet Week. Oh, then, commercials. Traffic. Oh, then, John Madden plugs. John Madden book plugs. News? What the hell is that? We don't know about news. Let's put our amateur hour reporters walking around the bay to talk about Fleet Week because we haven't heard about Fleet Week for 2 minutes. And the John Madden plugs and Patty Rising with her boring interviews and her illegitimate questions and Brett Burkhart, who thinks he's very creative, even though he's basically a KGO radio has-been, a retread. But he likes to say, wow, every 2 minutes. Let's hire him because he's a body. He used to work at KGO radio. Oh, wait a minute, folks. We've got more news. No, we don't. We have more ads and more commercials. And you want to wonder why KCBS is a shit show, as their ex and future employees refer to them as the shit show. It is a joke. People who want news, don't go to KCBS. Go to your iPhone. Go to your smartphone. Go anywhere but KCBS. They don't give you news. You want commercials, which, by the way, might be a blessing in disguise, that all they do is put on ads and ads and ads. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. We have more news about Fleet Week, because nobody's talking about Fleet Week. Let's talk about Fleet Week on KCBS. Wait a minute. Wait a minute. Breaking news. We're going to sell a book about John Madden and overexpose it where nobody gives a shit anymore about John Madden and Stan Bunger. But let's just talk about it because we have nothing else to talk about. Folks, this is an abomination. John Madden would be upset. He'd say, would you quit talking about me? Okay, do a story about the book. Help Stan Bunger. I guess Stan needs a few bucks. So he wrote a book about John Madden. But when you expose it as news, and when you talk about it, oh, wait a minute, we got breaking news, more commercials. And wait a minute, I forgot. Oh my God, we got breaking news, folks, on KCBS. They're going to talk about, you got it, Fleet Week. What the hell are you doing? And this new news director that you hired from Washington, he's been on the job now, I guess, over a month. Well, what are you doing, sir? I heard you're really a good guy, that you know news, and that you're an industry cool person, and that you really, really, really do. Wait a minute. Excuse me. KCBS is breaking into their airspace right now. They want to talk about John Madden and Fleet Week because there's no other news to report. I'm not at all naive. I know I'm not supposed to believe anything otherwise. This station, which used to be full of Peabody winners and interesting and provocative reporters and anchors that meant something, is a joke. Patty Rising, for God's sakes, go buy hairspray and go look at shoes at Nordstrom. You're not an anchor anymore. And you, Brett Burkhart, wow, keep going doing ads in River Islands because you're not an anchor. You're a has-been. And you put up with this crap because I guess you want to tell your, wow, friends, I'm an anchor on KCBS, which used to be a legitimate radio station. They're still running these promos. KCBS, the #1 Bay Area radio news station. You're the only radio station that covers news. Wait a minute, you only cover traffic, weather, and John Madden book stories. And Fleet Week, every other damn second it's Fleet Week. We know it's Fleet Week. Those airplanes fly over us, the Blue Angels. That's all you talk about. And you run ads. No wonder anybody with a quarter brain does not listen to your monopoly radio station, because it is not only a shit show, it is without a doubt a total, absolute embarrassment and a total, utter abomination. KCBS. What a joke.